Welcome to Saginaw, Michigan, and semifinal Friday at the 2024 Memorial Cup. Only 2 games remain on the schedule, and they don't get much bigger than this. The Dow Event Center has been filling up with fans eager to cheer on their respective teams to their very first Memorial Cup final. The host, the Saginaw Spirit, is hoping to take the next step here tonight as it looks to become just the 3rd American-based team to win this tournament. We haven't seen a team rally from an 0-2 start to make the championship final in some time. The Moose Jaw Warriors could become the first in 15 years to do so with another win here tonight. And with that, we welcome you inside the Dow Event Center, and as expected, it is loud in this building. I'm your host, Laura Dyken, joined alongside Frankie Corrado as well as Craig Button. And again, the stakes are huge tonight. A win here, and they will face off against the London Knights for that championship and that Memorial Cup on Sunday. Lose, and you are going home.
Teams trying to build over the course of the tournament. Both these teams are hoping that they're built to win this game and get in the championship.
And what a matchup we're going to have on the blue line. You have a first-round pick in Denton Matejchuk of the Columbus Blue Jackets and a first-round pick coming up in June in Zane Perek for the Saginaw Spirit going head-to-head.
Enough with us. Let's take you down to ice level where the opening ceremonies are about to take place. And, of course, that will be followed up by the singing of our national anthems.
For tonight's ceremonial puck drop, we would like to welcome 3 players who will be honored in tomorrow's CHL Awards.
Pour la mise au jeu protocolaire de ce soir, nous accueillons 3 nominations pour les lauréats de la SCH qui seront honorés demain.
Our first player is fresh off his first season in the Western Hockey League. He led the Medicine Hat Tigers in goals with 34 and points with 97. He is nominated for the Canadian Hockey League Rookie of the Year Award this year.
Notre premier joueur vient de terminer sa première saison dans la Ligue de hockey de l'Ouest, où il a mené les Tigers de Medicine Hat avec 34 buts et 97 points. Il est nominé pour le recrue de l'année.
Please welcome Gavin McKenna.
Mesdames et messieurs, s'il vous plaît, accueillez Gavin McKenna.
Our next player was the top-ranked North American skater on the NHL Central Scouting Draft list. He had the highest points per game of a draft-eligible Medicine Hat Tiger in 22 years. He is nominated for the Canadian Hockey League Top Draft Prospect Award this year.
Notre prochain joueur était le patineur nord-américain le mieux classé de la LCH sur la liste centrale de recrutement de la LNH. Il avait le total de points le plus élevé d'un Tiger de Medicine Hat éligible pour le repêchage en 22 ans. Il est nommé pour le prix du meilleur espoir de la LNH.
Please welcome Caden Lindstrom.
S'il vous plaît, accueillez Caden Lindstrom.
Our next player is a Toronto Maple Leafs prospect who left his mark both on and off the ice. While leading Lethbridge Hurricanes defenseman in points at 56, he earned a 98% grade in English, a 93% in statistics, and a 91% in psychology in the classroom. He is nominated for the Canadian Hockey League's Scholastic Player of the Year.
Notre prochain joueur est un espoir des Maple Leafs de Toronto qui s'est démarqué sur la glace et en dehors. Pendant qu'il menait les Hurricanes de Lethbridge en points parmi les défenseurs à 56, il a mérité une moyenne de 88% en anglais, 93% en statistiques et 91% en psychologie. Il est nominé pour le prix du joueur étudiant de l'année de la LCH.
Please welcome Noah Chadwick.
S'il vous plaît, accueillez Noah Chadwick.
Joining our nominees on the ice is the head of marketing at Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Yanni Fontes.
Se joignant à la nominée sur la patinoire, accueillons le chef du marketing at Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Yanni Fontes.
At this time, we invite the captains of each team to join our guests at center ice for a ceremonial puck drop.
À l'instant, nous invitons les capitaines de chaque équipe à rejoindre nos invités au milieu de la patinoire pour une mise au jeu protocolaire.
Let's give one more round of applause for our guests. At this time, we ask you to please rise if you're able, remove your hats, and join Erica Holgate for the singing of the national anthems.
Veuillez vous lever, retirer chapeaux et casquettes et joignez-vous à Erica Holgate pour l'interprétation des hymnes nationaux.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all car ton bras c'est porter la paix, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Two first-time Memorial Cup teams set to clash again. Saginaw, the tournament host, and Moose Jaw, the Western League champs for the first time in their 40-year history. Loser goes home. Winner will vie for their first Memorial Cup title in franchise history. It's semi-final Friday from the Dow Event Center in Saginaw, Michigan. I'll go inside the Dow. We'll get you set up for the starting netliners for tonight's contest. There's Jackson Unger of Calgary, Alberta for Moose Jaw. 49 saves to stay alive against Drummondville. Last Memorial Cup goaltender to put up more than that in a single game was Stuart Skinner, now of Edmonton, then of Swift Current. He made 54 saves in a round-robin game in 2018. There is Andrew Oak. His best game of the tournament was the last game of the round-robin against London. He made 31 saves in what turned out to be that 4-2 loss against the London Knights. There is Moose Jaw head coach Mark O'Leary. His team is 3-0 in games where his team faces elimination this season. The last, or rather the first of which, the first two were in overtime against the Saskatoon Blades. And Chris Lazary is 2-1 in teams, or rather in games where his team faces elimination this year as head coach of Saginaw. The last host to lose in the Memorial Cup semifinal was Red Deer in 2016.
Really interesting to see how these two teams have made adjustments, now seeing each other once in the first game opening this Memorial Cup tournament last week. Little adjustments, talk to both coaches. They've learned, they've adapted, and we'll see which team can get off to their early start. Moose Jaw was not happy, clearly, after going down 4 goals to Saginaw before they climbed back. Big start here.
Brayden Yeager will start us off tonight with a face-off win for center ice. And here we go for the 2024 Memorial Cup semifinal presented by Dow. Saginaw, Michigan. Up off the far side, here's John Ryan throwing to center. Team's goal played back down low. Here's Joey Willis. And played a shot the other night against the London Knights for his first of the tournament. As he passes this back to James Rowe. Given back to Willis. Pressured by the Pittsburgh first rounder, Brayden Yeager. And it's swept down the ice. Our first stoppage of the game. will be an icing against the Moose Jaw Warriors.
We look at the way these two teams match up and the numbers that tell the story through the Memorial Cup. Goals for Moose Jaw. They've scored 13, tied for most, but the problem is that they've given up the same amount. I think that's the area for sure Moose Jaw has to contain their game and make sure that they're not giving up more than they'll be able to create in the power play. I think that's another area for sure. Saginaw's only had 3 power plays, by the way, in this tournament.
Here's Incorrect off the far side. Gets in behind the Moose Jaw net. It comes around for Braden Hache. Walking the line. Angled off the near corner for Alex Christopoulos. He'll throw that just wide. Been a good couple of games in this tournament now for Alex Christopoulos, who tacked on a goal against the London Knights. Owen Beck passes over to him, and the shot is taken away by Cosmo Wilson. Got his stick in time. Now back to the blue line. Zane Correct tries the shot. That's stuffed in front of the net. Taken behind briefly by Josh Bloom. Played around to the far side. Lack of it. Sends it back behind the net for Wilson. Stretching through center. Tipped in by Calvert. And around it comes for Braden Hache. The center. Sema off to Hunter Haight. Minnesota second-round pick. Sends this in on net. That's stopped by Jackson Unger. Back in front for Haight. Turning around. Sets it up for Rodney Dionisio. Good stick for Matt Savoy. Misha off the wall. Back to the line. Hunter Haight. Far side. Risker from Will Bishop doesn't get through.
There's Dionisio, the defenseman we showed you in the open where the defense for Saginaw activates. Dionisio with a high exchange with Hunter Haight, and he hasn't left the offensive zone.
Rosino with a shot. That's blockered away. Semina plays it back behind the Moose Jaw net for Wilson. All the way through the neutral zone. It will not be an icing. Go off the glass. Not out. Couldn't get it past Kovacevic. Jorian Donovan. Up the far side, poked ahead by Sema, chasing after it, chops it. And as he crossed the line, it's an offside against Saginaw.
Both teams stress the importance of getting above options so the other team can't get out of their offensive zone easily, and just a really good job from Saginaw pressing. So you want to get there. So there's 2 guys from Saginaw above the option. Look at Lakovic. He says, okay, no, I'm not going to force it. I'm going to come out the weak side. That's a pre-scout. That's good execution. And then there's Dionisio. Activates and then the eye up with Hunter Haight. And look how much time he spends in the offensive zone. He dives deep and he stays there. That's what we showed you. It's a big part of the game for Saginaw.
Here's Donovan smacking that wide of the net. And back around to the point. James Go down low for Ethan Hay. 7th rounder to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now Donovan with a shot. That was dangerous because Unger didn't see it till it hit him. Lincoln Moore in the corner with Gervais. Up front to score! Ethan Hay! Just over 3 minutes into the first. Saginaw open it up 1-0.
Well, I really like the variation of chances to the net. Look at that. It's just a shot from range. You don't have anything, put it to the net with traffic. Okay, now you create the chaos and you win a 50-50 puck. Look at the way Gervais comes in on that 50-50 puck off the wall. A little backhand pass out to Ethan Hay, who finds some soft ice in the slot area, and he shoots that thing like he's a 50-goal scorer up over the shoulder of Jackson Unger, off the bar and in. So it's a shot from distance. A rebound creates some chaos, creates a battle. You win it, and you get rewarded early. Not 4 minutes into this one. Saginaw strikes first.
We haven't talked a ton about Ethan Hay in this tournament. And he comes through here for Saginaw in the semi. He did not score a goal. He only had 1 point, matter of fact, in the playoffs through 17 games. Now he's got a goal at the Memorial Cup. Started his year with the Flint Firebirds, about 30 minutes south down I-75. Got traded here to Saginaw early in the season.
Penalty kill, face-offs, depth scoring, and finally that comes through.
Pretty good in the classroom, too. He was an all-academic player last year.
That can't be understated as well for these young men to be able to pay that kind of attention to their scholastics, to their school, and then be able to perform.
Here's Willis with a shot and a sharp blocker saved by Unger. Now Sapovalov fans on the pass. It comes out to center. Donovan fires it right back in. Little toe drag shot. Blocker save again from Unger. Turning around. Played off the near side boards. Brenton up for Atlee Calvert. Carried through center by Lyndon Lakovic. Now Brent powering to the net. And he scores! And Moose Jaw off their first shot of the game. Get it right back. Brenton ties the game at 1.
Lucas Brenton scored the first goal in Game 3 against Portland in the playoffs. He scored just twice. This is just a nice little exit. Look at the chip off the wall to speed. So now you've got a 3-on-2 attack, and what you do with it is just take it to the net. Lucas Brenton has been, he's caught my eye a number of times throughout this tournament. He's not known for being offensive. He's more of a first pass, defend your own zone, but it's everybody, right? You make the play that's available. Lucas Brenton just follows this thing right to the crease and mucks this one in. First shot of the game, lights the red lamp, and we're tied at 1.
On the goal, Saginaw is going to challenge for goaltender interference.
All right, so we have our first coach's challenge issued of the tournament. And Chris Lazary will request that they look at this for goalie interference. It's the only play that coaches can challenge in this tournament.
Yeah, and let's take another look. What we know for sure is it was a grind to the net. And so the puck enters the crease first. And then Brenton, for me, follows it up. And, you know, I don't see a ton of interference on the goaltender there. You have the right to follow the puck to the net. You know what, though? Look at the stick of Lucas Brenton. That's a great view from our camera. So the stick, without a question, right there pushes Andrew Oak into the net. Yeah, there's no question about that he does. I'll stand corrected on that one. At first sight, that ice level angle didn't look too bad.
If Saginaw get this wrong, by the way, it's a 2-minute minor. So there's a risk here.
So after review, we have no goal, goalie interference.
Okay, there you go. Good challenge for Chris Lazary. It is no goal, and the game remains 1-0 Spirit.
Yeah, he was sure of it, too. There was no doubt about it. And a good heads-up play from the coaching staff from Saginaw as they challenge him, rightfully so. That stick just pushes Andrew Oak right into the net, so he has the right to that ice. And that clearly affected his ability to make the save on the play. Looks like we had a tied game, a good pushback from Moose Jaw. You're right, 2-minute penalty if they're wrong, and they have no limit to how many times they can challenge, but any failed attempt at a challenge turns into a double minor for the rest of the game, unlimited amounts.
So not only does the goal get wiped, but the shot does as well. So technically, Moose Jaw are still looking for their first shot on target tonight. 4.5 minutes in, Moose Jaw into the offensive zone. Here's Lakovic near side to the line. And there is Wilson with a look, and that's blocked in front. Might have hit his own man, Savoy. Taken away by Josh Bloom to center ice. Skates in far side. Christopoulos passes back. Trying to go up the middle. Parade to the net. And Jackson Unger had fallen down. Keeps the puck out. And Moose Jaw will flip it to center ice.
Well, that shows you right there how dangerous that 4-man attack can be. Perret up involved in that rush 4-on-3, and everybody gets a touch. So creative, so calm, so dangerous.
There's Rodwin Dionisio. Feeds it ahead down the left side for Owen Beck. Dropping back for Michael Misa. Turning in behind the net. He's smothered by Caleb Parker, one of 2 Minnesota prospects in the game. The other is Hunter Haight on Saginaw. Now Misa wrapped up by Parker. Wilson played around to the near side. Dionisio pitching in. And Sema keeps it moving. Now Misa's got it. Hunter Haight in front. Lost it. Kovacevic couldn't carry out, but it is brought to center by Sherman, and Hunter Haight takes it back for Saginaw.
Right now you've got one team skating, dictating, you got another team watching and reacting. Moose Jaw right now is thinking their way through this game, and they're chasing it as a result early.
Here's Misa, played around the boards, Perret at the line. Haight back to Perret. Matejchuk right off the boards. Sherman's got it. And he's angled off in a hurry by Hunter Haight. Now bringing Hache towards center. There's Sema. Matejchuk gets it over to Jagger. Now Brenton breaks in with Jagger Firkus. Jagger back in front. Good save from Andrew out. Might have to make another here as the shot goes wide. Picked up by Pavel McKenzie. He got that last chance for the Moose Jaw Warriors. Now back down the ice. It comes past Brent. Chasing after Shapovalov. This at the side. And Lakovic picks it back up. Now Wilson up for Firkus. Backhander cut off by Joey Willis. Waiting. Trying to dish off. That's picked up by Firkus. Here he goes. Left side. Firkus to the backhand and he scores! Jagger Firkus just enough. Through Andrew Oak. Over the goal line. And Moose Jaw have tied the game at 1.
Yeah, not surprised at all. See, Firkus comes into this one highly motivated, and he does a nice job just picking this off. It's a little sauce pass attempt from Willis, and you can't do that to skilled players like Jagger Firkus. He plucks that out of thin air, and he's got a 2-on-1. He looks off the pass, right? Uses that middle drive, Braden Jagger to the net, and then on the backhand, he's able to get this one off of the arm and in the back of the net after a disallowed goal from Lucas Brenton. That could be a momentum swinging event. Saginaw strikes first early in this one, and Jagger Firkus, 126 points in the regular season, answers back.
Those 126 points are tops in the CHL, sixth most all time in a single season by a Moose Jaw Warrior.
At 7:03.
That's his second of the tournament. His shot to Dionisio does not get through. And Sebastian Gervais is angled to the end boards by Caleb Parker. Side of the net. Taken over by Lincoln Moore. And there's a hard hit from Caleb Parker. Knocks Gervais clean off his feet. Now Parker breaks up a pass intended for the front of the net. Matejchuk ahead for Calvert. He'll rip that in from center. Out of the near side. Owen Beck breaks out to center for Saginaw. His shot ricochets off the leg of Aiden Ziprick. Back through center. This is taken away by Braden Hache. Hache lost it. Here goes Kovacevic down the wing. Tries the shot. That's warded away by Zane Perek.
That's good patient defense from Perek.
Given right back to Moose Jaw. Ziprick, far side, Kovacevic. Saginaw take it over, stretch it down the ice. Here goes Alex Christopoulos. Picks it up, just plays it around the boards. Kovacevic. Handing it ahead for Semenuk. Chopped away by Zane Perek. Down low, Christopoulos tried to center. Brayden Sherman. Carries it away from Beck. Roll to center ice, played back across. Beck is in, but he's offside. 2 goals on the early going of this semifinal. 1 from either side. Ethan Hay for Saginaw, Jagger Firkus for Moose Jaw. 1 goal either side. Jagger Firkus has his tied at 1. He's on the ice right now with Julie Teixeira.
Came at you hard off the forecheck there, Jagger. How were you able to slow things down off the top?
Yeah, we expected, it's the same as the opening game. They're going to come out hot, and I think we were just trying our best to get our feet under us as quick as we can and get back into it, and we did a good job so far.
Yeah, your team didn't seem phased at all. You got one, it was wiped off the board. You get another one. What can you say about the confidence of your group right now?
Yeah, that's been us all year. We just don't give up. Even that one that gets called off, it hurts us, but it can go either way. You can either give up or you can keep pushing. We kept pushing, and now we got another and outside game.
Thank you. Keep pushing.
Thank you.
So Jagger Firkus, point in every game of this tournament now.
7 shots on net coming into this one and a point every game, but yet I don't think that he has gotten to the level that he can or needs to be, and I expect him to be highly motivated. Not surprised at all that he's tallied 1 early in this one.
Saginaw in their own zone. Hache plays it ahead. Misa in the attacking zone, but Moose Jaw have it. Jagger off on the far side. Pavel McKenzie plays it across. Jagger Firkus backhands it over. Then Matejchuk, pass back down low. There's Fergus looking for Jagger. That goes through down the ice, and Jackson Unger's out to play it.
That's the area where Mark O'Leary is okay with some creativity. He wants his group to be patient, be above options in your own zone, the neutral zone. And when you have puck possession, allow your skill to be who they are. That's what separates Moose Jaw, I think, from a lot of the teams in this tournament. They've got elite game-breaking skills. Savoy, Jagger, Braden Jagger. You want that to go to work, and you do not want to suffocate that creativity.
Fergus ripped off the far side boards. Taken away by Saginaw. Here's Galen Mangoni. Sapavala tries to swing it to the net. The near side corner, powered around the boards by Joey Willis. Picked up Wilson for Fergus. Cleared to center. And settled down by James Goll. And he'll backhand this down the length of the ice for another icing. This one against the Saginaw Spirit. Shot 6-2, Saginaw. We are tied at 1 halfway through the first. The Top Prospect Scouting Report is brought to you by Kubota, the official tractor and compact equipment partner of the Canadian Hockey League. Here is Craig Buck.
Yeah, we're looking at Zane Parekh, and simply put, he's got outstanding vision, what I call 360-degree awareness. He's got an offensive wizardry to him. When that puck's on his stick, chances are there's good offensive plays that are going to ensue, either him finishing or helping his teammates. And he's got a calm, cool presence out there. You're looking at a player that has every makings of being a star in the NHL.
Since the Saginaw Spirit joined the league in 2002, they've only had 3 first-round picks. Matt Corrente, 30th overall, then Pavel Mintyukov and Cole Perfetti, who both went 10th overall in their respective drafts. They'll certainly make it a 4th first-round pick in Zane Parekh this summer, and he might be the highest drafted Saginaw Spirit in the franchise's history. Here goes Dorian Donovan looking for his shot. Ricochets off a body. Sapavala off the far side. Held up along the boards. Tried free by Savoy. And Moose Jaw start to head towards center as Kalen Parker turns it back around off the boards. Matejchuk forwards down the left side. And it's taken by Lyndon Lakovic. Back down low, Donovan absorbs it hit. Puck up the middle, Lakovic tries to poke that away. Chaotic moment in the Saginaw goal about as it comes over for Wilson. Shot bought off by Oak. And Moose Jaw stay on the attack.
A couple of chances for Moose Jaw, and they both are generated from below the dots, below the goal line. Shot to the net, and you've got Kovacevic that starts from above his option. He skates downhill, creates a turnover, and he starts that chaos.
Back up the far side. Sherman tries to chop it out. Far corner battle ensues. It's taken away from Matejchuk and around the net. Here's Beck trying to center. Blow it along. That stopped in front. Christopoulos tried to track down the rebound, but it's taken to center by Kovacevic, and he's rocked up along the boards by Will Bishop.
Oh boy, the big body of Bishop right there just stops him right in his tracks.
Now here goes Josh Bloom hastily into the attacking zone, trying to turn it around. He'll whack it out of the air, and Sherman plays it back up the boards as Kalen Mangoni's got a handle on it. Pache for Parekh. Crossing into the Moose Jaw zone. Fergus goes right back off the boards. Taken though by Joey Willis. Passing back through the slot. Sapavala at the line. Across for Hache. Now Rysavy gets over to it. There's his old World Junior teammate Sapavala out there. They won silver a year ago in Czechia at the World Juniors in Halifax. Sapavala was part of the team again this year, too. The one bronze in Sweden is Joey Willis. In on the left side. Tries to deep to the middle, and he's erased from the play by Martin Rysavy. Now Rysavy tries to boot it in over the Saginaw blue line. It is taken. Here is a shot from Jagger. And just getting enough of it was the netminder Andrew O. Here goes Ethan Hay. There's the speed to center. Angled off by Lucas Britton. And taken around the Moose Jaw net by Wilson. Firkus played off the boards. Lincoln Moore takes it over. He takes a pump from Lakovic as he plays it in deep. Back around it comes for Jager Firkus. Fans on the pass. Taken by Sebastian Gervais. Double on the boards by Brett. Around it comes to the line. Go. To the left side. Donovan for the hash marks. Pivots around back to the line. Moore's shot is blocked. Hits Savoy. And Saginaw circle around in their own zone.
Saginaw getting full value from their fourth line already with a goal. They go right back to work, dumping the puck in the right places. They're getting first touches. Their forecheck effective. Their reload's even more effective. And they played north of the red line for both of their shifts in this game.
Here's Rodman Dionisio. Looks over to Bishop. Right back in. Hadley Calvert skates it down. His shot goes high. And it hits the protective netting. We are tied at 1 in the first as Lyndon Lakovic wreaking some havoc here in the Saginaw zone.
Welcome back to the Dow Event Center here in Saginaw. Moose Jaw and Saginaw currently tied 1-1, and Moose Jaw trying to win and get into their first ever Memorial Cup final. And man, do they have a lot of support behind them. The whole province of Saskatchewan, their mascot, Morty's here with me, and they're getting even more love from back home. A couple of connections with the teams back home, specifically the Saskatchewan Roughriders dropped some goodies off at the Moose Jaw rink before they headed off on the road to Saginaw to wish them luck here at their first ever Memorial Cup, Victor.
Rider Nation always represented strong. CFL season's coming up. Rough Riders are set to kick off Saturday, June 8th. A lot of support back home. Nice of Morty the Moose to come over there and join Julia. Hey, you see Mac the Moose when you were out in Moose Jaw, Kevin? The giant plastic moose?
I did.
How was it?
I wonder how that's amazing. I wonder how they get that through customs. That's my question. Maybe just wear it on the plane.
Back up through center. Always wanted to see that giant moose in person. Here's Hunter Haight. Brings it off the boards for Rodney Dionisio. Back to center, Kalen Parker from Quebec, Saskatchewan. There's that Justin over the line. Sherman turns around. Off the right side. Push through the neutral zone, and Parker goes back to play it in the Warriors' end. This is tipped away off the breakout pass by Owen Beck. Moose Jaw get it to the neutral zone. Braden Yeager carries it in. Stumbled with it. Perek back the other way. Charging ahead is Owen Beck. He won't catch it, though. It's an icing to Saginaw.
The CHL on TSN is brought to you in part by CCM, the leading hockey equipment manufacturer for all levels of play.
Another gorgeous day in mid-Michigan. Perfect stage for the Memorial Cup semifinal. It's Friday night. Face-off win for Saginaw. Here's Josh Bloom. Right side over to back. Right back to Bloom. Hands off Christopoulos. Run into by Firkus. Bloom trying to dish it off to Beck. Right back to Bloom. He's got some space. Passes off again right into the foot of Perek, and he flings the shot wide. And Owen Beck right back in front. Off a foot. Firkus lobs to center. And it's chopped away from Pavel McKenzie by Braden Hache.
Forecheck from Saginaw forced London to flop the puck out of their own zone multiple times. When you're under that kind of pressure, sometimes it's your only option.
There goes Bloom passing off. Almost got it right back. Instead, Jager Firkus takes it away to center. Ridden right into the boards by Caleb Mangoni. Bloom back to the line. Parker swings it over. There's a good look for Savoy, but he can't get the shot away. Right past Jorian Donovan. This ends up off the protective netting. It's out of play.
You have to be so sharp defensively against this Saginaw team, and and being organized, right? If one man or two men go to one, someone's going to be open, and they have the skill set and poise to find them. So look right here, two guys on one in the corner. Whoop, right there, there's your responsibility in the middle of the ice. Now you give Saginaw some time to make plays, and now look at the separation that they create. They can go to work in the offensive zone. You have to make sure that everybody understands, okay, here's my job, execute that job. And if there's a crossover, Saginaw certainly has that ability to extend shifts and make you pay.
Loose puck in front of the Saginaw net. Taken away by Donovan. Trying to slip it through for Mangone. Off the boards, down the ice, Ising's waves. Now Atlee Calvert flips that across for Savoy. Back to Calvert. He's from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. That makes him a Moose Jawian. As he tried to tuck that out in front. Comes around for Matejchuk. Crossing pass taken away by Mangone. Back to center. Calvert tips it. Hadn't crossed center ice red. But Savina able to negate the icing. Now Sherman. Back up the near side. Kovacevic tries to fling it down low. But all the way back down deep to Moose Jaw territory. There goes Savina down the left side. Written into the boards by Ethan Hay. Back around. Kovacevic shoved off the puck by Sebastian Gervais. He'll spot Lincoln Moore with the pass. Looking ahead for Hay. Gets through first. More in the corner. Played around. Zane Perek at the line. Shipped across. Dionisio shot. Lots of traffic in front. The save is made by Jackson Unger as this puck is flipped high and over the glass. And the officials are going to have a brief chat about this at center ice. Looks like there will be a penalty.
Yeah, we talked about those flips. The forecheck been really effective at times for Saginaw, and as a team, always want to execute with a pass to speed to exit your zone. Look at the forecheck above options, right? And then you've got Dionisio standing up. Jager Ferkus is on the south side of the Saginaw defender, Dionisio. So there's the flip, and then just barely, but it does clear the defensive zone. Delay of game penalty to Moose Jaw. This is the only the fourth power play of this Memorial Cup tournament for Saginaw. Those are those unforced errors, right? Self-inflicted wounds you want to have to take out of your game, of course, but in big games like this, little details sometimes are the difference.
Saginaw operated at 25.5% of the power play in the regular season, good enough for third in the Ontario League. Here's Mangone. Out near side boards. It's ripped back to the far wing by Matejchuk. Hunter Hayden passing off. Around it comes. Misa down low. Here's Mangone. Broken up briefly by Matejchuk. Back around for Hayden. Now Perek. Far side Shapovalov. Hayden. Perek. Left side Misa. Down low Mangone. Hangs onto it. Trying to play that across. Shapovalov is there. Back to the line, good stick from Yager, gets that out to center ice, and now take it over. Jager Ferkus skating in, goes down, and the puck's taken away by Zane Perek, who falls himself. And the Spirit skate to center. 8 with Misa. Played across. There's a shot from Mangone, blocked by Lucas Brenton. First period winding down, almost half a minute to go. Hunter Hayden has to retreat to the blue line. Just enough to keep it in. Spinning up the middle. Chopped down the ice by Ferkus. Still time for Zane Perek. See what he can do with the final 15 seconds of the period. Dishing off. Christopoulos back across off the foot of Bloom. Into open space. Perek picks it up. Down the wing. Joey Willis hanging on. Trying to shoot. Rolled on him. Savoy's got it. And our first period is over.
That's good patience from Joey Willis right there. We saw that lethal shot that he has last game off the bar and in against London. And right here, good job sprawling out to block a shot defensively for Moose Jaw. And there's a good patient play from Willis as he pulls it around the defender. No shot on net as Moose Jaw is desperate there late on the penalty kill. 19 seconds remain to start on the power play for Saginaw in the second period after one knotted after 20.
Both goals within the first 8 minutes of the game. Ethan Hay followed by Jagger Furcus. It's Laura with Frankie and Craig on the panel for the first intermission.
Both teams finding the back of the net in that first period of this semi-final matchup in the 2024 Memorial Cup. Ethan Hay doing the honors for the host, the Saginaw Spirit. Here he is with Julia.
Ethan, always nice to get one, but it comes in the semifinal of the Memorial Cup. How good did that goal feel for you?
Yeah, you know, it felt great. I mean, our line's been buzzing. We've been playing well. So, yeah, our tracks and our reloads and stuff like that is working well for us. We're staying on top, so can't complain.
Your team was dominant to start this game. How do you think you came out?
Yeah, you know, we came out hot. You know, we know it's a do-or-die game, and it means a lot, especially since we're hosting this tournament. So, yeah, you know, we want to show up and we want to win some.
And we are officially at the intermission now. Laura, Craig, and Frankie here inside the Dow. And it kind of took us back to a week ago this night when it was Saginaw and Moose Jaw kicking off this year's tournament. And it was Saginaw that came out flying out of the gates. I mean, I guess the bright side for Moose Jaw is the fact it wasn't 4-0 before they got their first goal of this game.
Listen, we talk about the stars a lot, and deservedly so. But if you're not a star and you play on the fourth line, all you have to do is compete. It's no different at the NHL level and the CHL level. And that's exactly what happened in the first period for the Saginaw Spirit. The player we have highlighted is Lincoln Moore. He's a 2005 born player. He only has 5 goals this year, but he's going to make this play happen. Watch how he works to get to this loose puck in the corner, gets body positioning, wins a battle, but he's not done there. He's going to kick this puck, and that allows the play to be made. There's 5 Moose Jaw Warriors, but no one picks up Ethan Hay, the 7th round pick of the Tampa Bay Lightning in 2023, and he's in a great opportunity to show off why Tampa Bay drafted him. But on the other side of things, you don't need to give Jagger Furcus any reason to get involved in the game. He will get himself involved in the game, but that's a giveaway onto his tape, and he beats Andrew O.
The third goal against London, it eventually was the game winner on Wednesday, was a brutal turnover, and Easton Cowan made him pay. That's a brutal turnover, and Jagger Furcus made them pay. Saginaw, you don't have to give good players more opportunities than they're going to earn. 2 egregious plays that have led to 2 goals versus the Saginaw Spirit.
So Ethan Hay gets his very first point of this tournament coming at the perfect time, this being the semifinal. And yeah, Jagger Furcus, we've seen this from him all playoffs long as he led the WHL in scoring in the postseason. So kind of a little bit of contrast there when it comes to your goal scorers in that first period. We talk about the stars, no bigger, right? We were talking about the blue line all in our pregame. And Zane Parekh, who again, we're expecting to hear his name called nice and early in a few weeks' time in June. What did you think of his opening period, Craig?
He was fantastic, simply put. There was no area of the game, defensive zone, neutral zone, offensive zone, with the puck, without the puck, where he didn't excel. He was so good in all the areas of the game, creating opportunities. We expect that from Zane Parekh. We know how good he is offensively, but defensively, closing. This is Matty Savoy. That's closing, starting the play the other way. And when Zane Parekh understands where the play is going offensively, he has that patience in the point. Tries to slip a pass through there, Frankie, but there was nothing in Zane Parekh's first period that wasn't eye-catching with respect to how good he is.
There's 2 things that really catch my eye, especially that period. Offensively, he knows what he wants to do with the puck before he gets it. Yep. There's so many times that as soon as it's touching his stick, it's not that he's rushing to get rid of it. He already knows what he wants to do, and it's on his stick, it's off his stick in a hurry. But with the stick, defensively, all he does is leave his stick out there. It's good stick detail. It doesn't have to be the most robust defensive play, but it's just, here's my stick, and you have to work your way around it. He does a good job with his stick in both scenarios.
I'm not going to compare Zane Parekh to Chris Pronger. In fact, I'm not going to compare any player to Chris Pronger. Chris Pronger is in the Hall of Fame, was a great player. Just like that, stick there. I mean, he was 6'11" or whatever he was on skates. That's all he did. you couldn't get around him, and it frustrated players. That's good defensive play.
We said how spoiled we are with the amount of talent that we've been seeing the last week here. It's on display again on this big semifinal night with a spot to face off the London Knights on Sunday in that championship game. Well, they were involved in tonight's ceremonial puck drop, and now they'll be here on the set. We'll hear from Caden Lindstrom, Gavin McKenna, and Noah Chadwick next. And as promised, joined by a trio of award nominees. Yes, the CHL Awards are set to take place tomorrow in Frankenmuth, just about 20 minutes away here from Saginaw. We've got Caden Lindstrom, we've got Gavin McKenna, and we've got Noah Chadwick. Thanks for joining us, guys. I know it's a game you'd like to be playing in as opposed to be watching, but I know it could be a very big weekend for you guys here. Caden, let's start with you. I know you're the WHL nominee for the CHL's top prospect. What did you learn this past season with Medicine Hat that kind of prepared you for what could be a very big month for you?
Yeah, I learned quite a bit with the team. The whole team was great. The whole coaching staff was really good. Yeah, the past 2 years I've been there, it's been a really good learning experience for me, so yeah.
Now, Gavin, I know you had a standout season as a rookie. You're nominated for the CHL's Rookie of the Year. All you did was put up 97 points in your rookie campaign. What was that first season like for you, your first taste of playing here in the CHL?
Yeah, it was awesome for sure. In Medicine Hat, it's a super professional organization, so you know, being with a group of guys like that and just being with the organization all year, it taught me a lot. And yeah, it was super awesome, fun year. Not the way we wanted it to end, but yeah, couldn't have asked for a better season.
I know, unfortunately, there are 60 teams, and there's only one that's going to end up winning the Memorial Cup. Noah, for you, you were nominated for the CHL Scholastic, easy for me to say, Scholastic Award. Why was it important for you to prioritize your academics? I know it's a really busy schedule trying to balance everything.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the biggest thing for me is just to try to set myself up for you know, a future in hockey, and I think you know, it's important to, you know, excel both on and off the ice, and kind of show, you know, future hockey players that it's not necessarily a choice between hockey and education. You know, it's very possible to do both.
Just have to plan and organize, right? That's
exactly.
Sounds easy for us to say, right? Well, Caden, I know you're from a very small town in northern British Columbia, Chetwynd. How important is it for you to be here representing that community, and how much do you feel the love from that group as well?
Yeah, it feels, they show it every time I go back. Everyone always says hi to me and stuff like that, and even on social media they show all the love. So shout out to Chetwynd. Yeah, it's a great town to be a part of. Good little village there, and yeah, it was fun growing up there. So
what's the population?
I think the population is about 2,500, so it's pretty small.
You bring them all to Vegas with you at the end of June, right?
Yeah, for sure.
The smear.
Yeah.
Gavin, I was lucky to be part of our U18 coverage this last month in May, and you were the standout star for Team Canada, winning gold medal. 20 points. You set a Canadian single tournament record. What was that experience like, getting to wear the maple leaf on your chest?
Yeah, it was a super cool experience. Anytime you get to wear the Canadian flag, it's an honor for sure. And then, you know, to come home with a gold medal, that's just the cherry on top. I got to meet a ton of great people and play with a ton of great players. You know, I made some friendships that I'll have for a lifetime on that team. So it was an unbelievable experience for sure.
And the nickname you like the most, Klondike Gold, is that it?
Yeah, I like that one. That's a good one.
You struck gold for sure. That gold medal game was bananas. And last but not least, with Noah, I know you've been a Toronto Maple Leaf draft prospect, and with the Hurricane season ending, you got a chance to join the Marlies for a little bit there. What was it like getting a chance to see what it's like at that level of hockey?
Yeah, it was a phenomenal experience. You know, right from management, coaches, development staff, and on. It's a phenomenal organization, and I was fortunate enough to get into a game there, and I think it was just an unbelievable opportunity to learn from all those players. You know, all great men. So. Yeah, I mean, it was an awesome experience.
Toronto Maple Leafs, it's a big franchise to be a part of. You ready?
I hope so.
I hope so. All right, guys, we'll appreciate you stopping by, and we'll see you all tomorrow at the brunch. The CHL Awards, again, set to take place tomorrow morning in Frankenmuth, Michigan. When we come back, a big second period. We're all tied up at a goal apiece in this semifinal.
First period scoring summary is brought to you by Cavendish Farms, the official French fry of the Canadian Hockey League. Ethan Hay opens up the scoring 3:03 in his first of the tournament. Jager Ferkus unassisted ties the game at 1 at 7:08 of the first. Kevin, we talked about Jagger Firkus in our open. You said that it doesn't take a whole lot for him to get involved in the game, and he gets one here with his second of the tournament to tie it in the first.
Jagger Firkus was sitting in the penalty box in an elimination game. He took a penalty, and it was he had to watch his teammates bail him out. And so for me, great players want to be the difference. Well, he got that for him last game to allow his team to play in this semifinal, and I'm not surprised at all for him to come back out and say, okay, you guys saved me, now I'm going to be a difference maker for you. You can see the relentless pursuit all over the ice. Offensively, he's so agile. Defensively, works hard to be above options, and then right there, he does a great job recognizing, all right, here's a lane. He taps the puck out of thin air, and he takes it all the way up the ice for a backhand goal to tie things up. Again, not surprised at all for him to be motivated to come back out here in this game after taking that penalty. His team wins it shorthanded. Aiden Ziprick scored it. Now he's returned the favor in a big way. Good start for him.
Braden Sherman's in the box to start this period. Got 10 more seconds before he'll be able to break free after that delay a game minor penalty. There goes Zane Perek skating through center. Passing off. Christopoulos with his shot. Can't get it through traffic. It's worked around to the far side boards. Out of the box. There goes Sherman. Passive agent, he's got it now near side. No shots on the first power play of the game for the Saginaw Spirit. As this goes back to the point for Caleb Parker, quickly moved around. Matejchuk ranging in from the line. Behind the Saginaw net now Savoy. Back for Matejchuk. Skating through the slot. Jagger Firkus far side. Back across Savoy. Oh, what a toe stop from Andrew Oak. Wow, that has got to be the save of the tournament so far. Here goes Firkus. Left side, Matejchuk. Back out in front. That's smacked wide of the net by Rysavy. Saginaw player down here. It's Bloom. As a shot from Firkus is redirected out of play.
You will not find a bigger save than this one from Andrew Oak. And you look at the motion and the lanes that have been opened up. Look at Savoy down with Matejchuk, who's all over the offensive zone. High ice in exchange from Jagger Firkus, and everybody's got his eyes on him. What a shot from the slot in. Look at how far Oak has to push. There's a wide open net, and that right leg just comes out in the nick of time. Matejchuk is dictating how this shift is being played all over the place, pulling pucks out of the pile. Don't forget that assist he had on that shorthanded goal to put them in this game. What a shift from Moose Jaw, what a save from Oak.
Saginaw back the other way. Donovan, the shot. Unger makes a pretty good save in his own right off a tip. Still banging away, and he's got it off the goal line.
Unbelievable response. When you're standing at one end of the ice as a goaltender and you look up at a goalie like Oak, who makes that kind of game-changing save, you want to make sure that you respond and you counterpunch for your team the very next shift. A deep dive into the offensive zone from Saginaw. Look at that save, and then right there, that glove save. Second effort as Unger doesn't give up on this play. Brilliance from both goaltenders at both ends of the ice. Push back from Saginaw. We're still knotted at once. How about that?
And we're 88 seconds into the start of the second period. We've got a long way to go. Here's Sema. Feathers it down low. Wojtek Port plays it around. Bouncing to center ice. Donovan. Over for Michael Misa. Passing back across. Hache scores!
This is just outstanding vision. This is a pass that cannot get through defensively for Moose Jaw. And Saginaw, look at the way that they reload and come back the other way. Michael Misa with 4 assists coming into this game. He stops up and he sends a 65-footer east to west into Braden Hache, who rips one from distance and somehow beats Unger after making some brilliant saves in tight. How about that stop up? Michael Misa pulls everybody's eyes to himself and then finds a way to isolate Braden Hache on the other side of the ice. 2-1 Saginaw.
Hache, 9 goals in the regular season, 1 in the playoffs. Known for being a shutdown, rugged defenseman. has got his first of the tournament. Looks like that was tipped by Moose Jaw's stick on the way to Jackson Unger. Here's Jorian Donovan, just announced as having an assist on that goal. Sends one in on Unger. Puck is chopped up into the corner. Settled down by Calvert. And taken away by Shapovalov. Played off the boards, almost given away. Shapovalov's got it again through center. Passing off Joey Willis with a wrist shot, and that goes wide. Back to the near side, Caleb Mangoni back in, pass over to Shapovalov. Low shot, shutting the door is Unger. Back to the line, here's Hache with a look, and that's fought off as he'll carry it back in behind the net. Up the far side, Saginaw pressing, Owen Beck. Down the left side and flutters that one just wide around the glass to center ice.
Seeing tons of motion and lots of speed back into the step of Saginaw, and Moose Jaw standing still a little bit defensively. They're getting beat in one-on-one battles.
Jagger Ferguson transition. Sent over to the far side. Perek forks it ahead. Now here goes Alex Christopoulos crossing the line. Josh Blue pulls the trigger. That's a tricky one for Jackson Unger. Knocks it down and quickly covers up.
Saginaw is doing such a fantastic job now, countering and coming, attacking with a ton of speed. And Moose Jaw, their feet tend to slow or even stop defensively as they start to think and react versus just initiate play. So look at that first chance from Saginaw, the way that they get above this puck and then they reload, rinse and repeat. Look at that from Owen Beck. Up once, one-on-one there, he beats Calvert. One-on-one there, he beats Savoy, and he's allowed to skate all the way down to the net and gets a chance in tight.
Far side corner, Caleb Parker chops at it, rides the dasher, and now it's taken to center. Jaeger offloads far side for Fergus. Taken back to center by Saginaw. Here goes Josh Bloom skating it on Matejchuk, curls it back, Owen Beck, scores! And the Habs prospect strikes for the Spirit. 3-1 Saginaw.
So many things went right for this Saginaw team on this rush. Just watch the numbers. They've got Denisio. He creates the turnover in low ice. So Josh Bloom drives with speed. He stops up. And now you've got two drivers to the net. It's Denisio that's in low ice. You pull everybody to one side, and there's that beautiful backhand pass from Bloom. He finds Owen Beck on the other side of the ice again and to the top corner. Two quick goals. Two goals have come in very similar fashion. Passes from east to west. You're isolating the weak side. You pull all of the defensive set to one side of the ice. Isolate the other side. Hache on the first one. And Beck on the second here in the second period.
2 goals a minute, 54 apart for the Spirit. Pressing for more. Donovan floats this one to the near corner. That's his second of the tournament for Owen Beck. He had a goal last year, too. The Peterborough Petes and Kamloops. It was Beck's Petes that fell short in the semifinal last year to Seattle. As Ethan Hay plays this in, rolling to the side of the net, swatted away by Unger.
And just look at the way that worked again. It was Denisio, the defenseman, that was back, creates the turnover, and then he joins the rush to cause confusion. And now you got 4 guys at speed going the other way off transition. It was just a brilliant play at both ends of the ice.
Near side, taken away, Hunter Haight. Skates in over the Moose Jaw line. Gets the shot away, and Jackson Unger slams the door shut and hangs on.
Craig Button talked about the strength up the middle of the ice for Saginaw. You got Shapovalov, who's just been so solid both ways, a lot of subtleties in his game. And then Owen Beck, so good on face-off, so good defending, and then offensively as well. Makes the right plays at the right time. He knows he's the second layer of attack, so he stays patient, follows that play up, and he doesn't get let down with a brilliant pass from Josh Bloom.
Here's Misa. Off the boards, Calvert under pressure. He'll hoist it to center. Love down by Hache. Played across, Perek, Sema. Off the foot of Brenton. Saginaw taking it at the line. Hunter Haight, near side, Misa. To the point, Perek. Skating into the slot. Pivots around, tries the shot. That's snagged by the glove of Unger.
Well, Saginaw made some changes, lots of them throughout the course of the regular season. There's 10 players on this team that weren't here last year, 8 during the season that were added. Owen Beck, goal scorer there. Ethan Hay, he was added as well, a depth piece. 6 draft picks were given up for Ethan Hay. You look on down the list, Denisio, Jordan Donovan, some major key players, some complementary depth players, and all of them are factoring in their own way. Dave Drinkel's done a nice job adding the right pieces that fit the culture, fit the way, the theme that this team wanted to play.
Here goes Rysavy with his shot. Oh, sets the 5-hole in a hurry. Cycled around to the near side. Jager Furcus backhands it across. Caleb Parker. That's knocked down by Oak. Then he'll cover on the doorstep with Hache down on the ice as well.
A very unstable feeling for a team when you're defending and you're overloading one side. You're trying to create a defensive play to go the other way, and when teams have the ability to isolate the one side of the ice, there's the first one. Michael Meese have the second period. All 5 guys for Moose Jaw on one side of the ice. Boom. Find the seam. Now I think sticks have to be a bigger factor defensively for Moose Jaw. You can't allow those seam plays to happen off of the rush. Yes, you're going to have bodies, but sticks to not allow to close those lanes down. 2 goals for Saginaw in this period because of it.
Here's Zane Parak. Skating to center, passing ahead off the boards, past Kayla Mangoni. He's all over Dent Matejchuk. Rysavy turns it to center. Hache in the way of Furcus. Rysavy settles it down, lobs it in over the line. And Hache plays it off the boards. Now kicks it to center. Matejchuk. Near side, Rysavy hammers it in. Hache, the center, taken away by Sherman. Here's Jagger Furcus. Knocked around by Semenuk. Back up the near side. Down low, Semenuk again. Furcus skating around back to the line. Wojtek forward with a shot. Glances off the glove of Oak. Sherman hit the goal post. Quick turnaround shot. And it goes all the way down the ice for Aiden Ziprick. Now Owen Beck right back on it. Dives in behind the net, hits the brakes. Up along the near side boards. Here's Owen Beck. Stops. Passes off the Inicio. Shot up high on Unger. And he'll trap it for the whistle. 2 goals to begin the second for Saginaw. The captain, Braden Hache's first, and Owen Beck's second of the Memorial Cup. Back at the Dow Event Center, Owen Beck has made it a 3-1 game. Here he is at center with Julie.
That's 2 periods in a row where your team has come out so hot. What was the conversation like in the room between periods there?
Yeah, you know, we thought we had a good first. We needed to shoot a few more pucks when we got our chances there. But, yeah, just keep up the forecheck and just keep going. It's been working for us all tournament, and we wanted to keep it going tonight.
You know this team could come at you in waves. They've come back before against your team. How do you avoid that here?
Just stick to our system. Last time they did, you know, we got away from it, and they really killed us. So, yeah, we really got to stay focused and keep working our legs, and we'll be all right.
Good luck. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Owen Beck ensures it's 4 Memorial Cups in a row that the Habs have had prospect representation. Had Raphael Harvey-Pinard in 2019, Caden Gooley, Jan Mishak in St. John, Jared Davidson last year in Kamloops with Seattle, and of course Owen Beck back-to-back Memorial Cups in Kamloops and now Saginaw. Beck off the wing, fires this over for Donovan, and a good glove hand save is made by Jackson Unger through traffic.
Before we went to break, it was a post from Moose Jaw. They rung the bell, and it was Braden Sherman. This is a part of the third line for Moose Jaw, who's been so instrumental in getting Moose Jaw to this tournament. And it was a huge part of building this team, where you're talking to Jason Ripplinger, the general manager of Moose Jaw, and he said he learned from last year. He played against Winnipeg. Moose Jaw did in the playoffs, and it was Winnipeg that put Morgan Geekie on that third line. They weren't able to match up. So he said his priority number one coming into the season was making sure that he constructed a good third line to add a lot of depth. The third line centered by Sherman came up with some huge goals against the Saskatoon Blades. They factored in big time against Portland in games 3 and game 4 as well. They need some help from that line.
Here goes Josh Bloom. And he falls down to the ice. Hard one-time shot from Owen Beck. Carries to the far wing. And Jager Ferkus, through center, got crossed up. Puck is claimed by Bloom. Here goes Beck. Tries to curl that over to Christopoulos. Take it away. And out to center come the Warriors. Savoy speed left side. Trying to snap that low on Oak. Now Brenton turns around. Wilson to Brenton. Played into the Saginaw zone for Owen Beck.
Yeah, Mark O'Leary's loaded up the top line. Jager Ferkus, Braden Yager, and now Savoy, who started this game centering the second line, now moved up. Kind of like McDavid, Draisaitl, load up when you're down in games trying to get yourself back in it. It worked last time.
There's 7 at the center. Lofted back through the neutral zone by Lincoln Moore, and Lucas Brenton goes back to get it. Connects with Wilson up for Kovacevic. Take it away. Here's Rodwin Dionisio skating in behind the net. To the near side. Passes back. Bishop trying to filter that out in front. Dionisio with a clap bomb from the left side. And Unger makes that save.
Another double attack from both D from Saginaw.
Hard shot. They score! It's a one-time shot from Lincoln Moore, and it's 4-1 Spirit.
4 goals for Saginaw. 2 of them have come from the fourth line. This is after tons of motion, lots of pressure from the defense. There's Bishop up in the play after Dionisio initiated the initial attack. He had 2 shots on net from both defense, and that creates that chaos and that confusion defensively. Look to the other side of the ice. There's nobody even close to Lincoln Moore. How about that fake shot pass to the weak side and another east-west pass. Moose Jaw allows that seam to be broken. No stick in sight and a beautiful release. Sharp angle there, and Moore is able to touch hole.
And now here goes Misa with his shot, and that's just fought off by Jackson Unger as it comes back. Lincoln Moore did not score in the playoffs. He only had 5 games, rather check that, 5 goals in 50 games in the regular season. And now the Garden River, Ontario native has his first of the Memorial Cup.
Yeah, huge when you can get that kind of an offensive boost from your depth. That fourth line for Saginaw has done such a good job getting the puck deep in the offensive zone, but give tons of credit to Dionisio and Bishop for being active, for exchanging, creating confusion, and isolated Moore on that weak side with a beautiful release.
Lincoln Moore spent his entire minor hockey career with the Sioux Greyhounds, close to home. As the Saginaw Spirit have themselves a comfortable 3-goal cushion, but here goes Lakovic trying to change that. Throws it out in front, no shot from Braden Sherman. And it's escorted to center ice by Hunter Haight. This will go back in behind the net. We've got a whistle.
What a second period explosion from Saginaw. Shots 17-4 in favor of Saginaw here in the second period, now leading in that department 26-10. 3 unanswered goals, and like I said, 2 of the 4 coming from the fourth line. What balance in the lineup. Saginaw starting to strut.
Face-off win by Savoy. And the point, Kalen Parker plays it around for Jager Fergus. Sema off for Misa. Darting in on the left side. His shot warded away off the stick of Kalen Parker. Perek at center. Taken in by Owen Beck. Tries to play it in front. There it is for Sema, and he hammers that drive off the glass. Zane Perek. Bloom into the corner. Tries to work it up the wall. And it's taken by Beck. Back to the point, Hache. Laid around the boards, Bloom. Back to the line for Zane Perek. No one goes wide. Off the glass, Hache shoots and hits the goal post. Another shot coming from Bloom. That's quickly caught by Unger. And it's all Saginaw's spirit in the first half of period number 2. Lincoln Moore has made it 4-1. Braden Hache almost had a fifth.
This period is brought to you by Dow, enabling a sustainable future as a leader in materials science.
Here we are halfway through the semifinal at the 2024 Memorial Cup. The winner of this game will get the London Knights in a Sunday night showdown in Saginaw. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific with the pregame show. 7:30 puck drop. And for the 104th time, we will present the winner of the Memorial Cup. A lot of London fans made the trip for this, and a lot of London fans in the building tonight. A 4-1 lead for the Saginaw Spirit, who've blown this game open in the first half of the second period. And just like the first meeting between these two in the tournament opener, the Moose Jaw Warriors are working from behind. Here's Dionisio. Stretches it for Lincoln Moore. Moore turns around out in front. There's another for Ethan Hay. And Saginaw pour it on. It's 5-1.
And guess who? Fourth line again, the second of the game. For Hay, this is just a great headman. Dionisio catches Moose Jaw a little bit flat-footed. Look at that curl up right there. And once again, catching Moose Jaw cross grain, right? A second layer of attack. Moore does a great job curling up, and his eyes are up with great vision. He puts this one right into the wheelhouse of Hay. Doubles down in this one. 3 of the 5 goals from the fourth line. What a contribution from the depth of the lineup for Saginaw as they're starting to pile on now.
So Ethan Hay, unlikely goal scored ×2 for Saginaw tonight. Lucas Britton plays his feet into the Spirit zone. Tied up behind the net. Here's Lakovic with his shot. Galbert tries to turn that around in front. He's wrapped up by Donovan. Lakovic tries to center again. He's worked over in the corner by James Goh. Lakovic gets it. Left side. Snapshot blocked. Chopped to the far wing by Sapovalov. Taken by Wilson. He'll throw it around the boards. Sherman centers that hit off the glove of Andrew Oak, and he quickly covers up for the stoppage.
Oh, just take another look at the goal here and how quickly Dionisio just headmans that puck. And the way that Saginaw has been able to come at you in layers. They've been able to expose the middle of the ice. That cross seam play is causing fits for Moose Jaw, who has not been able to have effective enough sticks and been able to be in the right places defensively to take away that second layer. We're starting to see now what makes this Saginaw team so dangerous. Lots of depth. They attack you from all areas of the ice, whether it be forwards or defense.
That is the second 2-goal game this year for Ethan Hay, who had 12 goals in the regular season. He was excellent in faceoffs in the playoffs. He was over 60%. And all 4 of Saginaw's center icemen tonight are about 50% in the faceoff dot, as this is popped over top of the glass by Braden Yeager out of play.
Well, somehow Moose Jaw is going to have to find a way to compose themselves. We know that they can do it, but this is a tall task, right? They scored 3 goals in a matter of 1 minute and 35 seconds against this Saginaw team, but to be able to dig in and try to find that kind of magic 2 times in a row, especially against a team like Saginaw that's learned from the breakdowns that they've had in the past. And right now, as good as they've looked and been organized defensively, they haven't had to defend very much as Moose Jaw has been spending most of their time defending themselves.
Here's Parak. Played up the near side, off the glass to center by Christopoulos. Michael Misa. Right side, out in front, pops up on Christopoulos, settled down by Jager Furcus. Skates into pressure for Donovan. Off the boards, back past the blue line, out to center for Wojtek Port. Furcus. Good Semin looking to float with that, as it's stopped behind the Saginaw net by Zane Parekh. Here goes Hunter Hay through the neutral zone, off on the left side. Chance developing for Saginaw, but it's taken back by the offside.
So much speed in the game for Saginaw. It's, to me, about how you could get through the neutral zone. And Mark O'Leary talked about that being the area, the danger zones 5 feet from each blue line, to be able to take speed away from other teams, right? Being organized positionally so that you don't allow the other team to get fast. It's been a breakdown. Moose Jaw has not been able to achieve anything close to that. Saginaw has looked like they've been freewheeling. 5 goals to show for it.
Kovacevic to the near side, to the point for Ziprick. Tries the wrister, traffic in front, that hits Seminuk, and then he backs the rebound wide. Here's Wojtek Port. Centering effort, off the body. Chopped away from Go and back to the line. Here it goes again, left side, Ziprick. Left down low for Rysavi. Out in front, pushed wide of the net. There's a hit from Seminuk on Hunter Haid. Haid plays it in off the boards. And Ziprick wings this all the way down the ice. That's going to go for icing. 5:42 to go in the second. Ethan Hay has tacked on another. Saginaw's got a 4-goal advantage.
Welcome back to Saginaw, where some legends are being built here at the Memorial Cup. But hey, they're not the only legends that come from Saginaw. Guys, I was today years old when I learned that the GOAT, Serena Williams, was actually born right here in Saginaw. Now, heavy emphasis on the born. We all know she's a California girl. Venus was born in Saginaw. She grew up there. But yeah, born right here in Saginaw. And she's not the only one. Draymond Green, NBA legend, also from right here in Saginaw, and a true Saginaw guy is Draymond. Not just athletes either. Stevie Wonder, the one and only, comes from right here in Saginaw. There's even a dedicated plaque for him downtown. So they love their Saginaw people here. Very proud community here in Saginaw. Victor.
Oh, this is the former lumber capital of the world. Used to have a team here called the Saginaw Lumber Kings. And there's a battle at the side of the net. It's in! And Sebastien Gervais pokes it past Unger. And it's 6-1 for the Spirit.
Who would have thought that the fourth line for Saginaw would have been the biggest problem for Moose Jaw, as they've now come up with 4 of the 5 goals. 4 of the 6 goals in this game. And this one just clear off of a face-off win. And Ethan Hay wins it directly back, and Gervais just follows the play to the net. How about that one? You scramble, room from behind the goal line. I think this one goes in off of the foot of Jackson Unger, and things have gone from bad to worse for Moose Jaws. They've become disassembled. You look at the 4 centermen up and down the ice for Saginaw. They've been so good, two-way, 200-foot players, face-offs for the Memorial Cup. Coming into this game, Saginaw's led all players in face-offs, 59%. They win that clearly. Results as a goal.
So Moose Jaw down by 5. They're 0-3 this postseason when allowing 5 or more goals. As Lyndon Lakovic turns around in his own zone. Sebastien Gervais, the last member of that fourth line to come through with a goal. He was originally a 12th round draft pick, 224th overall to Saginaw back in 2021. A steady rise for him. From minor hockey into the OHL. His wraparound attempt from Calvert is smothered in front by Andrew Oak. And just under 5 minutes to play in the second.
Standing in the ring before the game starts, obviously, and we see one team warming up and all business. Moose Jaw, right? They're quiet. It feels like they're focused. They're not talking too much. And, you know, you could confuse that for maybe a little bit of tension, right? And then you look at the other side of the rink, you go down and talk to Chris Lazary, and his team's got the music pumping. They're playing soccer. They're chatting just like it's any other day. And I think that's how you approach these games. Although they're not just any other game, you have to have that approach mentally. You can't get locked up or caught up in the heat and the elevation of the moment. Play your game, and it's clear that anxiety has been a part of things starting the second period for Moose Jaw, and Saginaw has been loose, fast, and direct. 4 goals in the second period, and this one's close to getting out of hand.
On an equipment conundrum for Andrew Oak in the Saginaw net. The pad is fully removed. So he'll try and fix that.
Back in the day, that's like a 15-minute process to get that thing off and on again. Doing all of his work himself, too. He's getting the scissors out now.
No equipment manager needed in the Saginaw net. Whenever his playing days are done, he might have a future in equipment management.
Lace got cut on that last push to the net. Lots of action in and around it from Moose Jaw.
Now Nolan Lalonde's getting ready on the Saginaw bench. I think Oak's going to have to come out of this game.
Yep, there you get it. Look at the viz. Our crew is just so sharp, so on every little angle of this tournament.
Now here comes Lalonde. So an involuntary goaltending change for Chris Lazary as Andrew Oak needs to sort out the lace situation with his pads. So the Columbus Blue Jackets signee, Nolan Lalonde, will get his first appearance at this year's Memorial Cup with his team in front 6-1.
Third season in the OHL, 101 games played in the regular season. He kept London to 2 goals or less 4 different times in that 6-game series.
He, of course, came in for Andrew Oak after he was forced to leave Game 2 against Sault Ste. Marie in the second round after a collision behind the net. And Lalonde finished the rest of the playoffs until Oak took over for Game 1 of the Memorial Cup. So the kicks to Ontario native. Lalonde is in the net. And Moose Jaw starting their own zone. Parker off to Furcus. Strips that through for Matt Savoy. Clambers in over the line. Dishes off. There's the hit shot. High shot. Sharp save. His first of the tournament for Nolan Lalonde. Now here goes Christopoulos to the near side with Savoy. The end boards. Furcus pokes that over. Parker. Near side boards. Shot in by Zane Perek. Sizzle through center. Tipped in, no icing. Bishop up for Zane Perek. Off the boards, Brenton. Bothered by Caleb Mangoni. Crunches him into the corner, comes up for Kovacevic. Rylan Kovacevic, swept away by Sapovalov. Rysavy takes it back, dodges his fellow Czech. And Bishop moves to center ice. Off the boards and in, this will be icing. And Saginaw touch it up. 3:26 to go in the second. Looks like Andrew Oak is going to get back to the Saginaw net as that goaltending change takes place. We'll get you teed up here for the second intermission. Laura with Frankie and Craig. Highlights, analysis, all the latest from their comfy spot up top in the Dow Event Center. So Nolan Lalonde will go back to the bench. Solid night of work. 1 save on 1 shot. And he'll let Andrew Oak take the reins again between the pipes.
Nice luxury to have, right? Two 19-year-old goaltenders, and you can go either way with them. Both have been a big part of things throughout the regular season, playing almost the same amount of minutes.
Here's Sema looking for Misa. That's cut off. Lucas Britton to the line. Not past Dionisio. Now it gets through to center. Chipped in, Kovacevic. Back to the neutral zone. Rysavy. Lays it down the left side. Dionisio turning around. Slaps it down the ice. Hoping Hake could win the race, but Cosmo Wilson gets there first.
Such an interesting situation for Saginaw to be in right now, where, you know, still enough of the game left, right? Over a period left. And you know what Moose Jaw can do. If they get one, they can pile on. So you want to play differently. You've got a 5-goal lead, and you don't want to pull your throttle back too much. So the best way to defend sometimes is by attacking. It's what's got them to this point as well. Just taking those unnecessary risks out of the game. I don't think they've taken unnecessary risks to begin with, because they played an extremely effective, organized game. They've been able to execute at a high level.
Here's Matejchuk dropping back. Sherman rips it across the line. Shot incoming from Caleb Parker's tipped wide. Here's Sag Boys Matejchuk. Pass intended for Calvert, picked off. Back through center. Sherman backtracking. Here goes Dionisio. And Sherman fends him off the whole way. Now Sema's got it. Skates back toward the line. Passing off. Dionisio tries this shot. Blockered away by Jackson Unger. Strange bounce coming off the far corner boards. This came in front on Andrew Oak. Picked up by Lakovic. Dishing off. Here's Zeprick. And a toe drag shot goes back to Port. That's blocked in front. And hoisted to center by Dionisio. Port rolled around the boards. Far side Mangoni down low. Sapovalov. Angled back to Zane Parekh. Shot off the stick of Firkus. He'll backhand this through center ice. And Hache goes back to get it. Mangoni in past Brenton. Collision behind the Moose Jaw net. We're going to have a penalty. And Lucas Brenton takes exception to that as he wraps up Matias Sapovalov.
Maybe a power play for Moose Jaw here. I think it's a tripping penalty going to Sapovalov. If the referees will even this one up, because Brenton comes in after, retaliates a little bit. Looks like it's going to be the first power play of the game for Moose Jaw.
Hache and Brenton exchanging words here. And they're going to both get sent off. Referee Adam Blowski will send him to the box.
Two big boys going to take a break. Offsetting penalties.
Saginaw, number 24, minor penalty for cross-checking. Saginaw, number 6, minor penalty for sportsmanlike. Moose Jaw, number 3, minor penalty for sportsmanlike.
So unsportsmanlike on either side for Hache and Brenton. Original penalty to Matias Sapovalov. There it is.
There it is, yeah. Cross-check Sapovalov. He's trying to forecheck onto Brenton, not able to get there. So that was the initial call, cross-check onto Wilson. Brenton had a response to Sapovalov, and then Captain Braden Hache comes in and has his say. 5-on-4 power play for Moose Jaw. If they have a chance in this one, they're going to have to come up with some magic, and this power play would be a really good time to start.
Minute 22 to go in the second. Moose Jaw, one goal at a time. Chip away.
Yep, 1 for 6 in this Memorial Cup tournament. They're best in the Western Hockey League in the regular season. Over 32% success rate.
Sapovalov and Brenton are both going back to the locker room early. So Hache is the only man in the box. Now, he didn't get the original minor penalty.
Well, you'd think they would be Brenton and Hache. There we go. It was the original going to Shapovalov for the cross-check. But how we play on.
So the only penalty right now on the clock is listed as being to Brayden Hache.
2 minutes for cross-checking.
As this puck goes out to center.
2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct.
And Moose Jaw are on the power play. Here's Jager Furcus. This is the first power play chance for the Warriors tonight. Jager at the line, stripped the puck by Hay. He's got a 4-point effort going. That's a career high for him with 2 goals and 2 assists.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Matejchuk sets it back for Jager. Now here's Furcus. Crossing in, little backhand from the sharp angle. Can't get to the near shot, Jager. Savoy to the point. Matejchuk looks for a lane. Passes off. Jager left side. Steps in. That hits Donovan and goes wide. Back toward the line. Here goes St. Perret. The defenseman shorthanded. Savoy backtracking. And Perret got the shot off, pushed away by Unger. And a great back check by Matt Savoy to make that a lot tougher for Zane Perret. Now Savoy at center, saucers over to Matejchuk. Back across. Jager shoots it in. Off the board, slammed down the ice. And Zane Perret's going to watch the time wind down in period number 2.
A period to remember for Saginaw. 5 goals, and they're looking for more on the penalty kill. Just patience, right? You invite a shot, block it, and look how quickly Perret gets in there. There's the contact on the wall. What I love about this is Perret isn't afraid to get the contact right there. He's trying to cut the corner to get to the net on Matthew Savoy. Takes the contact, and tries to elevate it up over the shoulder of Unger. What a period for Saginaw as they come out and explode for 5 goals. The fourth line for Saginaw has certainly been the story, accounting for 4 of those 6. Uphill battle, to say the least, for Moose Jaw.
The Spirit have taken this game and run with it. It's 6-1 after 40.
An offensive explosion for the host, the Saginaw Spirit there in that second period. 5 goals on the board. Michael Misa assisting on the first one from the captain, Brayden Hache. Here he is with Julia.
Mike, what a period for your team. I want to start by asking about your captain. You feed him on that beautiful goal to get things started. He's known more as a shutdown guy, but I know how much he does for your group. What's it like to see him star and lead on this stage?
Yeah, he's, my opinion, best captain in the league. That's why he won that award for best captain. He leads our team. Anytime we need something, you just lean on him. So he's a good captain.
What about your fourth line? 4 goals from your fourth line tonight. What kind of energy do they provide?
Yeah, it's awesome seeing all lines contribute. You know how deep we are, so just to see them get on the board, it's a great feeling for our group.
You know this Moose Jaw team knows how to come back. How do you make sure you maintain focus in this third period?
Yeah, just stick to our game. We got to shut down their top guys and stay disciplined, stay out of the box, and yeah, it should be fine.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
The Spirit busting this game wide open. It is now 6-1 over the Moose Jaw Warriors. We are at the second intermission with Craig, Frankie, and Laura. We're talking about this is the time in the tournament where we could see some unsung heroes. We spent all of our pregame talking about the stars, and then it was the fourth line that came to play here. Gervais, Hay, and Moore. Combined, they had 0 points in the Memorial Cup, but saving their very best for last year, Craig.
If this was Star Wars night, Frankie, they'd be saying, may the Fourth be with you.
Ah, well done.
Take it, it's with you now.
Okay, listen. All it comes down to for these guys is they compete and they win puck battles and they get to pucks and they make things happen once they have the puck. And really, once you do that, then you can see your skill start to take over a little bit. And that's exactly what's happened with the fourth line here. You think about Lincoln Moore. This is a player who gets the party started in the first period. Only had 5 goals this season, but now he's got 3 points on the night. Ethan Hay, a 7th-round pick of the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's involved with 2 goals as well, and he's had more opportunities to show what his skill set is all about. And Sebastian Gervais only had 1 goal in the playoffs, but all 3 of these players combined tonight have really found a way to come through for the Saginaw Spirit. and all it has to do with compete level and hard work.
Well, how many times do we hear about a fourth line and we use energy line? And they've certainly brought lots of energy, right? And now, because of that energy, they've been rewarded with goals, and some really nice goals. But that energy, that intensity, the speed and quickness that they play with has created all kinds of headaches for the Moose Jaw Warriors, and they've taken full advantage of it and being duly rewarded.
And it goes to show you, really, how deep this Saginaw Spirit team is, because a lot of times in junior hockey, the fourth line is kind of reserved for guys that don't play very much, or they're 16-year-olds, or they're learning the ropes. These are 05 born players. Like, these guys, they've been around, they know the league, and they don't get a ton of ice time, but they've earned their ice time tonight, and now they've come through for their team. It's not exactly your typical fourth line in the CHL.
And Dave Drinkle said, like, when they traded for Ethan Hay, they wanted that type of player that could come in and provide something very specific to their team. And certainly when you're trying to build your team, you're trying to give it more strength, more heft. Certainly that's what Hay has done, and this fourth line has been all of that and more in this game.
And one other thing on this fourth line, and Ethan Hay specifically, you know, players get drafted to the NHL out of the OHL, and I think there's a lot of pressure for those players to put up numbers. It's all about numbers from the agents, from the teams that drafted them. It's all about how many goals, how many assists can you put up. There's something to be said for knowing your role and playing it really, really well. Like, NHL teams need players like that. It's not going to be just about goals and assists. NHL teams want players who can play roles.
Got a big number for you. That fourth line combined for 10 points so far.
We just said it doesn't matter about the numbers.
Today it matters, Frankie. Today it matters. And again, the players know how big an opportunity this is. You're not always going to be in a Memorial Cup. You're not always going to be the host team with the Memorial Cup. And definitely taking advantage of their opportunities because, again, they have 10 points. They had 0 coming into this game here. Well, the Saginaw Spirit got the scoring started nice and early in that period. Not even 2 minutes in. 2 quick goals to kick things off, and that started the deluge here. What did you notice on those first 2 goals in the second period?
Really good support from the forwards, and that's huge for Saginaw because of how active they want their defense to be involved in the play. So you have to get your forwards to buy in defensively and support those defensemen. And here's a good example. Nicholas Sima supporting his defenseman. Now you can make plays off the rush. That opens up an opportunity for Michael Misa to get this puck across to Braden Hache. Yes, it goes off a stick, but here's Owen Beck. Good support back, and now Donovan and Dionisio both double teaming, and now you have an opportunity. There you go the other way, Josh Bloom, and there's Owen Beck, who started it all with a good back check, supporting his defenseman. You want your defenseman involved in the play, you have to have forwards who buy into supporting those defensemen.
Well, and if you go back and look at that play, I mean, you have the defenseman able to come up. Beck comes all the way almost back to the goal crease, and then he turns around and gets right into the attack. And you talk about being connected and being able to understand, okay, I need to do this, they can do that, now I get back into the play. And the defensemen for the Saginaw Spirit, they move with their feet. They really dictate a lot of the play forward for their team. And right now, through 2 periods, Moose Jaw's had no answer, not just for the 3 defensemen, Perek, Dionisio, and Jorion Donovan. The other 3 have been excellent in this game as well.
Yeah, as a unit of 6 defensemen, like, they all have a nice little complement, all 6 of those guys. And I just think having the forwards who help those guys, they would be on an island if they didn't have the forward support. And it's impressive when you get the forwards to buy into it.
You know what you talk about? Can you believe those defensemen are getting caught all the time, play behind them?
Yeah.
That's connected,
yeah,
right?
Run and gun hockey, just no awareness defensively. But when you have guys like Beck and Sima doing those types of things, all of a sudden everyone looks better back there.
Well-coached team.
And that's what leads to success, and that's what the Saginaw Spirit is hoping will lead to their very first Memorial Cup. Teamwork and all buying in at the most important part of the season. We'll ever wonder what it's like to be part of the OHL Combine? Well, Bar Down's Jesse Pollock gives us an inside look when we come back. Today, the Hockey Hall of Fame announced its 2024 NHL Media Award recipients, and a big congratulations going out to Scott Burnside, who won the Elmer Ferguson Memorial Award for excellence in hockey journalism. As well, a big congratulations to the voice of the Montreal Canadiens, Pierre Houd, winner of the Foster Hewitt Memorial Award for outstanding contributions as a hockey broadcaster. Houd has been calling Canadian games for RDS since 1989 and has been at the mic for close to 3,500 games, including World in World Junior Championships, Spangler Cup, and 12 Stanley Cup finals. What a career, and he's not done yet. Well, the gang at Bar Down has a lot of fun. They got a lot of fun assignments. Well, earlier last month, Jesse Pollock got a chance to see what it's like to be a junior hockey player firsthand as he participated in the OHL Combine.
All right, guys, we're at the first stage of the OHL Combine. This is some off-ice stuff. There's like a jumping pad over there. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to test our explosiveness, so I don't really work on my legs as much as I work on my upper body, so I'm not really expecting much here, but we'll see what happens. Ah, just pulled my groin.
Up. That was your highest, 52.1. Right around the average of it?
Right around. You mean right below the average? I think I'm doing some pull-ups now.
1, 2, 3. Lock out.
Give it to me.
15.
The highest was 13?
You beat it.
Wow. Let's get it.
Talking to itself.
Gentlemen, we're just going as fast as we can here?
Not the hardest one.
You'd think, until you blow a tire.
Go.
You're quick.
One piece of advice for the weave agility. Maybe take the price tag off the jersey while you're doing it.
Oh. Did I screw up? I forgot to weave back through. Damn it!
This one's the hardest by a mile.
I like it though. It's nice. You see that snipe far down?
Second period scoring summary brought to you by Cavendish Farms, the official French fry of the Canadian Hockey League. The Saginaw Spirit with a monster second period. Hache, Beck, Moore, and Hay the first 4 goals, and they tack on a 5th unanswered from Sebastien Gervais.
Well, Saginaw certainly was able to explode into a lot of offense in that second period, but notice the east-west seams that they open up. It wasn't once or twice, it was 4 separate times. So you use your speed, you pull a lot of attention northward, right? And then you pull it to the side of the ice, and then look at the way that Saginaw was able to draw the attention to one side, execute with passes to the weak side. You force Unger to have to go post to post, and you give a lot of time on that that soft side of the ice for the shooter, and they were able to capitalize in a huge way. Seam plays, execution, creativity, and then finish. 5 goals in that second period for Saginaw, 4 of them from their 4th line. And we play on in a big uphill battle for Moose Jaw.
Moose Jaw will start this 3rd period on the power play. They've got 30 seconds on it. Sampaval and Breton are also in the box. Braden Hache sits there as well for Saginaw. Here is Braden Yeager passing across. That one misses Jager Furkish, and it comes back to center for Matejchuk. Here goes Yeager crossing in over the line. Stolen by Owen Beck. Knocked out of the air by Matejchuk. He hit it with a high stick, and the whistle sounds as Furkish touches up.
Well, you always want to have to get contributions. You always want contributions from your depth. I don't think you ever count on the type of contributions Saginaw has gotten. Ethan Hay, 2 goals, 4 points. The line is combined for 10 points in total, and that is an outstanding stat. And you look at the way they've gone about it. You heard Frankie and Craig talk about it, where they've worked. They've got lots of energy. They play to an identity, and a lot of that is off the wall. We've seen the 50-50 battles they've been able to win. Rewarded for it in a big way.
Here's Dinicio. Played off the boards. Kavasi there. Taken away briefly by Misa. Back to the point. Hache looking to connect with Misa. Passes off. Simo back to the line. Dionisio shot knocked down in front. Here's Misa, works it back to the corner. Kovacevic on. Wheeling around. Out to center ice. It's taken away by Dionisio. Coming back in, and he scores! Rodwin, Dionisio. And it's 7-1 Saginaw.
Yeah, when things fall apart for yourself, you lose your team structure, and then maybe players try to do things individually. I want to try to be a part of the solution, and yet you become part of the problem. Kovacevic tries to navigate through the neutral zone by himself, and right there he just skates it right into a trap, and the neutral zone has been so airtight for Saginaw. There's transition. Dionisio just patiently, calmly in his position. All 5 guys for Saginaw without the puck do their job. Won't bet like that. I would think that's safe to say. Dionisio now with his 3rd point of this game, 2 assists, and he adds a Chino to that.
That's his first goal of the tournament. He's a point-per-game player in the postseason. 17 points in as many games for Saginaw. Now he's one of 9 Swiss players to play for Switzerland in the World Juniors and a Memorial Cup in the Canadian Hockey League.
It's just amazing as a team when you feel it the way Saginaw is right now. It almost feels effortless in the way that you've got 5 guys thinking with one brain, and it's not like you have to work that hard. Sometimes it's just your positioning and playing off of each other. The puck ends up in your hands just through that, and then you get a chance to play in the fun zone. 7 tallies for Saginaw, and we've still got 18 and a half to go.
Here goes Dionisio again. Tries to backhand it through. That's stopped by Pavel McKenzie. Recovered by Bishop in the Saginaw zone. Angled off the boards. And moved to the side of the net by Unger. Here's Matejchuk slipping away from Christopoulos. Passing off to Parker. He's hounded by Owen Beck. Will pick this puck up in the corner and play it around the boards. Christopoulos to center. Slips this in. Savoy behind the net. Wilson up the near side. Donovan takes it over. Can't get it through Savoy. He'll charge out to center. Matthew Savoy swings that shot wide. Ferkus chops at it. Back up the wing. Yeager handing off to Brenton. Savoy back to Yeager. Tries the wrist shot. That's absorbed by Oak.
3 points in this game tonight from Dionisio, and look at the body of work that he did through the regular season. He was outstanding in that regard. 73 points, and in the playoffs among the scoring leaders by defensemen throughout the playoffs as well. Nobody had more points than Denton Matejchuk, and then Dionisio not far behind, 17 points throughout the course of the playoffs. 5 of those were goals. Goal and 2 assists in this one as well.
5th round pick to the Anaheim Ducks, recently signed prior to this tournament too. And he also had a deal in the Swiss Pro League for next year as well. So still some decisions to be made on where he will play next year. Whether that's in Switzerland, maybe back in the OHL, maybe somewhere in North America with the Anaheim Ducks organization as this comes around for Nicing.
Anaheim, I would say, is looking pretty good in the future for their
yes, they
prospects on the back end. You look at last year, all the 3 defensemen of the year in all 3 different leagues. Owen Zellweger, Pavel Mintyukov, and then Leno from the Quebec Junior Hockey League. And now you add the 5th rounder, Dionisio, how good he's been. Lots of young talent coming down the pipeline for theAnaheim Mighty Ducks. Mighty Ducks, I'm aging myself. That's never going to get out of my...
You played for the Mighty Ducks. We'll let you get away with that.
This is a part of my
You're
past.
a Mighty Ducks alum.
The best part of that was the Silver Pass to Disneyland and the team owned by Disney. Is it okay to say that I got tired of the Pirates of the Caribbean?
That wasn't a lifetime pass, was it?
I've had my fair share.
There's Christopoulos far side. The center ice. Stepping past Semenuk. It's taken away by Moose Jaw. Parker misfired on the pass. Semenuk sends it in the rest of the way. Here's Lincoln Moore starting up ice. 4th line out there again for Saginaw. They have come through big time for the Spirit tonight. connects with Moore. Far side Hay. Over the line to lay outside. Mikachuk corrals it for Moose Jaw. Snaps it right over. Kovacevic dodging a hit from Dionisio. Swatted off the boards. Dionisio back to pick it up. To the neutral zone. Gervais. Now Lincoln Moore plays it in. Gervais to the end boards. Tied up by Breton. Salmon up ahead for Kovacevic. Right past Jordan Donovan, who'll get back to it in the Saginaw zone.
It's been really impressive throughout the course of this Memorial Cup, talking to Chris Lazary. Vic, you and I talked about it, where you ask a question, he's got complete command of what he wants his team to do, what he likes, what he doesn't like, the adjustments. Very educational talking to Chris, and he'd be extremely happy with the adjustments that he, his group, and his players have made.
Here's Hunter Hay far side. That's poked away by Adley Calvert. Warriors to center right. Slakovic can't get that past Dorian Donovan. Right back in he goes and flings a wrister wide. There's at the side for a moment. Unwarded away by the stick of Jackson Unger. Now Misa turns around through the slot. Backhand out in front. Settled down in the corner by Lakovic. Gave it away to James Go. Now Misa. Centering pass rejected by Wilson. The line turned around by Hay. Misa battling with Breton.
Long 15 minutes for Moose Jaw here, as it feels like you're skating uphill into the wind, right? Trailing this game by 6. It's out of reach, and Saginaw isn't taking their foot off the pedal. It's an exhausting game to play in when you just lost all of your structure as a team.
Wojtek Port down the wing, charging into the net, goes right into the netminder Andrew Oak. Saginaw go back the other way. Mangoni down the ice. Willis sends that one wide of the net. Far side's incorrect. Down low Mangoni. Top of Olive. Rip back around the boards. Correct. Off to Braden Hache. That shot's caught by Unger. And he hangs on. 7-1 for the Saginaw Spirit. Rodwin Dionisio scores a minute 10 into period number 3. Drive of the game is brought to you by Yokohama, made precisely for the game.
Game face, look at that. Not a blink, and his team hasn't blinked en route to 7 goals, a 6-goal lead in this one. The 3rd goal of the game, Josh Bloom. Look at the deep drive into the zone. He goes against the grain on a backhand pass that was absolutely gorgeous, right into the hands of Owen Becker, his 2nd of the tournament. 1 of 7 in this game. That's a Yokohama drive of the game.
Mentioned about recent Montreal prospect representation in this tournament earlier. Neglected to mention Arbor Jack guy. Let that one slip. He wasn't drafted by the Habs, but he was signed. And he was a prospect at the time that he played with the Hamilton Bulldogs.
Nobody would know more about the Montreal Canadiens.
I had to amend that.
I was wondering, what about the big man Wi-Fi?
I couldn't look him in the eye coming to preseason knowing that I missed him.
Owen Beck could.
Him and Arbor Jack might have a pretty staring contest based off of what we just saw.
Not a blink from Owen, by the way, eh? Staring right into the soul of the camera of Nate.
If we decided the Memorial Cup final in the staring contest, I think Saginaw has pretty good chances, but that's not how it goes in this tournament. We've got 13:10 to play in the 3rd period. And the Spirit enjoying a 6-goal cushion in this semifinal. Here's Mangoni, far side. McKenzie takes it off the boards. Tries to kick it back to center. Gets some help from 7 up. Here's Caleb Parker. Back down the wing. Parker knocks it down. To the neutral zone. Here's Dionisio. Chipped in by Christopoulos. Round it comes for Caleb Parker. Right past Dionisio. Into the corner with McKenzie. Dionisio from behind the net. Played around the boards now for Christopoulos. Here goes Owen Beck. With speed through center. Off the far side. Thrown in the middle. There's There's a good look for Alex Christopoulos. And an even better save from Jackson Unger.
Talked about the game face, ready for this big game. You're not going to get a better game face than that, Owen Beck. Nate Ides is our camera guy, by the way, on the ice. He does a lot of different events, World Juniors, and not a blink whatsoever. Look at that. Nate's looking at him right now out of the corner of his eye. What a great shot. What a good look. Ultimate focus from Owen Beck. He's got a goal in this game, and his team has been sharp big time here as Owen Beck follows it up. They're not going away, are they? Another shot. Good puck movement on entry from the gut of the ice.
I would say that Owen Beck and the Saginaw Spirit have their eyes on the prize. Still got just under 12 minutes to get a big step closer to it. Try and bring home this quarter. Trying to check that semifinal. And the London Knights await for a Sunday night showdown.
Well, the last game Saginaw played didn't end the way they wanted. Of course, losing to London late, it was a turnover. One of the most interesting conversations I've had with the coach today, Chris was talking to us about their family meetings, quote unquote, and he says, we create space regularly for our group and coaches to open the floor, and nothing is offside. So you may have done something you don't like, somebody else may have done something that they don't like or you're not proud of, and you can talk about it rather than carry it with you. If you're frustrated, you get a chance to talk about it. And coaches are not off limits as well. He said that often players will say, hey, I'm confused as to what you were thinking here or why you did that there. Lack of it gets an opportunity. And he says we've got a lot of different characters, a lot of bold egos or characters and personalities in the room. He wants to make sure that they flush that, and that's the way to do it with those family meetings. I thought, wow, that takes a lot of confidence. You deal with it, you move on, you start fresh. You're fresh here tonight.
There's Sherman over to the far side. Up the near side boards, Matejchuk passes back across, and a wrister from Brenton goes high. Right out to center. Sema tries to track it down.
Wish they had those family meetings when I played in the NHL. I have lots of questions for my coaches as to why I got 2.5 minutes of ice time. What are you thinking, coach?
Oh, it's because you were in the penalty box for the other 58 minutes of the game.
You're not wrong.
Always nice to go and do this tournament and talk with the coaches and get a window into what's going on in junior hockey. Of course, you and I, Kevin, cover the National Hockey League now on a regular basis. And the way that a lot of the coaches approach the game at this level is a little bit different.
It's one of my favorite parts of the day of a game day, right? Where you get this inside look as to how coaches think, what they want to accomplish. And I look back to last year in Kamloops, Patrick Waugh's team they were hydraulic. And of course, he's a legendary player, legendary coach, former Jack Adams winner, but it's so impressive at this level now, at the junior level, how the knowledge and the commitment from these coaches and how much influence they have, of course, on their players. We've really enjoyed and appreciated the time from all four coaches throughout the course of this tournament.
This is not just a showcase for draft-eligible players and NHL prospects, but there's NHL organizations having a look at what's going on behind the bench in this tournament as well.
NHL teams want winning players, and they also want coaches that win as well. You're right.
Remember last year, Patrick Waugh now with the New York Islanders. We had the Edmonton Oil Kings with Brad Lauer, Western League champions. He went on to join the Winnipeg Jets. There's been a lot of talk about Jay McKee. A couple years ago led Hamilton.
That's right.
Memorial Cup final. Face off to the blocker side here of Andrew Oak. Remember Gardner McDougall at that tournament as well, and St. John came on, coached the Sea Dogs to a Memorial Cup championship. Now he's back in the queue. He's the new head coach of the Moncton Wildcats.
An okay year last year, not so bad this year.
Didn't lose a game. Did not lose a game this year.
Usually when you use the word perfect or perfection, you're talking close to it. He was absolutely perfect this year.
He'll be hard-pressed to accomplish that feat with QMJHL. Longer season there. And he looks to have a good team with the Moncton Wildcats. And Gervais on the left side. Harper swings this across. Loose in front. Pushed to the far corner by Unger. Up the wing. Rysati. Angled off. Across to the near side. Jordan Donovan. up the left wing. Moose Jaw to center. Pushed ahead by Berg. Marco O'Leary dipping a little bit deeper into his lineup here. Owen Berg is on the ice. Ethan Hughes and Pavel McKenzie. Here goes Donovan for the skate. That's knocked away. Near side. Here's Owen back. Back to the line. Curves it to the far side for Jordan Donovan. Skates down low. Gervais hits the goalpost. Back to the point. Owen back. Far side. James Go. Moves around. Ziprick with Gervais. Loose behind the Warriors' net. Around it comes for Donovan. Snaps it far side. McKenzie has that sticked away by Gervais. And the rebounds to center ice.
This game cannot end quick enough here for Moose Jaw. All due respect for them, but I mean, they've deflated, and understandably so, is chasing the game. Is now it's Saginaw almost playing keep away in the offensive zone. Moose Jaw is having a real tough time getting organized, moving the puck, and executing with it.
Well, for some of these Moose Jaw players, this will be their last 8 minutes or so of junior hockey.
Not an easy thing to stare down, that's for sure. And considering everybody how far this Moose Jaw team has come from the course of the season, starting way back in September. The adversity, the success, the setbacks, all you learn through the course of a year.
Lakovic drops this back. Here's Matejchuk, looks for a lane. That's blocked in front. Saginaw right back the other way in transition. Josh Bloom, Brenton coming back. That's fought off by Jackson Unger.
Really interesting to see how London deploys their lineup. If Saginaw is able to get their fourth line involved in that game, it's a top-heavy lineup that London typically uses, right? We've seen them very sparingly use their fourth line.
And their last deep pairing, too. It's really 4 defensemen and 9 forwards. Pache down the left side. Michael Misa crossing through the slot. Back end into the far side corner. Turn around. Misa. Checked by Brayden Yeager. Back to the line. Move right across. Bishop for Dionisio. Right into pressure from Jager Furcus. Backhanded in from center ice by Hunter Hayden. With the cross. Past Jager Furcus. Taken by Sima. Near side. Sapovalov right across the blue line. They'll get it right back. Goes cross ice again. Bishop couldn't work that clean in front. Moose Jaw back the other way in transition. Here's Savoy. Passes off to Furcus and couldn't take it as it comes back to center for Port.
Obviously, things are going to open up here. You saw the way Saginaw went back and forth through the seams 3 times on that last shift, but that's to me the biggest difference in this game, the way they were able to pick apart the offensive zone.
Donovan with a shot. That's redirected in front.
And that's what Chris Lazary said that he wanted to see more of, is rather than shoot the puck into pads and to block shots, let's make plays. It's a big part of who we are. They've made a lot of them.
Here's Kayla Mangoni. On the way to the end boards. Right behind the net up the near side. Kovacevic. Off the boards to center for Port. Played down the ice. Past Semenuk. He's tied up with Joey Willis. Now Jordan Donovan. Look to center. Flips it in. Hay pursues. Haychuk's got it. Beats it up the far side. Pavel McKenzie skating right in on Zane Parak. Play to the net. Kicked aside by O. Now Brent near side. Runs into Hay. Pache. Short pass over for Parak. Flip to center. Passing around for Gervais. Off to Moore. Lincoln Moore turns it around. Far side back. Bouncing by the net. Settle. Gervais off the back, and he failed the one-timer. Now Hache with a shot. Unger sees that the whole way. 4:45 to go in the third. Saginaw are counting this semifinal down.
Well, we all know the Canadian Hockey League, the best development league in the world, but they don't just develop hockey players. We've heard a lot about what they do scholastically for players, and hey, lots of their alumni working around hockey. There's one right there in Ryan Card. He played 5 years in the Ontario Hockey League between Peterborough and Guelph, and in the 03-04 season, he was an OHL champion with the Guelph Storm. They went to the Memorial Cup out in Kelowna, and even though the team went 0-3, there were a couple one-goal games in there. They played well, so alumni all over the place here at the Memorial Cup, Victor.
That's right, Julia, and there's a lot of players that after their playing days are done look to get into the officiating side of things, and Ryan Card is surely one of those players.
Seeing more and more of that. I love that, right? Ex-players getting into the game after their playing career is over.
Face-off. A lot of the officials, too, for junior hockey work part-time jobs, sometimes full-time jobs. And this is their part-time job on the side as well. Across the country. Big thanks to the officials. They play a big part in making junior hockey possible at the level it is here in the Canadian Hockey League.
This period was brought to you by Yokohama Tire, made precisely for the game.
.420 to go in this third period. Saginaw up by 6.
So impressive in the Western Hockey League, right? You look back to the last 5 Western Hockey League champions. You look at Swift Current in 2018, Prince Albert 2019. Of course, 2 years without a champion with COVID here in Moose Jaw this year. Those are small community-run teams, and lots to be proud of in the Western Hockey League with the champions they've produced. Moose Jaw has a lot to be proud of as well, as they've had such a journey. 44 wins throughout the course of the regular season. It's been a long road to earn their way to their first ever Memorial Cup.
And the Dub is still looking for their first Memorial Cup in over a decade now.
Been a while.
Edmonton Oil Kings in 2014. The OHL won it 3 straight years. And then the Q took over for 4 years. We know it's going to be an OHL team this year.
And what a final it should build up to be. We talked about the emotion between these two teams. No love lost between Saginaw and the London Knights. Lots of side stories, lots of emotion, and yeah, we got 3.5 to go in this one. 7-1 for Saginaw in a huge, huge game for them.
Save of the Game is brought to you by Real Canadian Superstore. Everything for every taste.
When Andrew Oak made this save, I said these are game-changing types of saves. I believe it was. The game is tied at 1 when this happens, and you wonder what this does to the shooters. As Matthew Savoy, you think he's got a completely empty net. He gets the shot off that he wants. That is unexplainable. Absolutely miraculous from Oak, and that clearly was your save of the game. That was early in the game, and I believe that had a lot to do with the momentum swing and maybe crept into the psyche of the top scorers for Moose Jaw, who haven't been able to score since.
That gets my vote for save of the tournament.
Oh.
So far. Still got about 63, maybe more, minutes to play at this year's Memorial Cup.
When you're on the bench and you see your best offensive player, like Matthew Savoy, get that shot on net and it doesn't go in, it comes from the middle of the ice. There's no reason. That's in like 99 times out of 100. You look at that and you're going, oh no, is it going to be one of those nights? You've earned the best possible scoring chance that you could ever hope for, and it doesn't end up lighting the lamp. And it was a game-changing save from Andrew Oak. Saginaw has not looked back since.
Andrew Oak was never drafted to the National Hockey League. He's appeared at a couple World Juniors for the United States. Was ranked 9th by NHL Central Scouting in 2022, 29th last year, and got an invite to Detroit camp.
Stopped 118 of 122 shots leading up to that last game. He got injured in the second round before Nolan Malone took over. Oak earned the net back here in this tournament and has risen to the occasion, to say the least.
The path of development to success for a lot of goaltenders is rarely linear. A lot of dips and dives along the way, peaks and valleys. As this is backhanded out into the Saginaw bench. It's been a pretty good peak so far at the Memorial Cup, though, for Andrew Rowe.
Yeah, it certainly has, and that's the same for every team, right? You look at Moose Jaw, the adversity that they've gone through. You look back to the third round against the Saskatoon Blades. It was a 7-game series. They ended up winning it in Game 7 in overtime. They got some big goals from the third line in that series. 6 of the 7 went to overtime, so they're battle tested.
Crazy series.
So you come into this tournament thinking, all right, we've endured, we're battle tested. But I think it just speaks to the level of skill and the quality of the teams in this tournament just proved to be too much for Moose Jaw.
I think you really make the case. The last 4 teams standing in the Western Hockey League all had a legitimate chance to win this year. Portland and Prince George, you know, the Western Conference Final was fantastic as well. WHL playoffs, top-notch entertainment this year. Savvy lays this around the boards, but it's up and over the glass, out of play.
Game 6 between Portland and Prince George back in that second round, or third round, pardon me, was maybe one of the best junior hockey games that I have seen. Yeah. I mean, there was chances. It was a 2-1 final. Chances at both ends.
Double overtime?
It was double overtime.
That's right.
Yeah, you bet it was, and it was just such a...
We had a late night back and forth text exchange going on over that
You're
game.
3 hours ahead of me, and you're still up. I was tired.
I couldn't sleep with that game going to double overtime. Didn't matter if it was 1 in the morning in Montreal.
That's the thing, right? All these 4 teams that come to this tournament have those types of stories, and the amount of time, the effort, the lessons you learn, and what you go through with your brothers to get to this point. It is just heartbreaking and so hard to let go of the season, and this Moose Jaw club is going to have to face that here in less than 2 minutes.
Minute 40 to go, period number 3 on the semifinal at the 2024 Memorial Cup. Cosmo Wilson through center, taken over by Ethan Hay. What a game he's had. He's the 4th line center. 2 goals, 2 assists for Saginaw. When Berg plays this in, it's taken by James Go. Thrown ahead to center. He goes Lincoln Moore with a shot, and ricochets off of Brenton. Back through neutral territory. Here's Dionisio.
Last minute of play in the third period.
He's off the bench. Nice jolt of energy from the crowd here. We are well into our final minute of play. They know what's ahead for this Saginaw Spirit team. They've never played in a championship final before. We got to Game 7 of the Western Conference Final in the Ontario Hockey League. In 2019, they lost to Guelph. Had a good team the next year, but COVID took away their playoff run. Here's Brenton firing it wide. A lot of folks did a lot of work to make this Memorial Cup bid possible for Saginaw. And while they didn't get to the OHL final this year, they get through the semifinal at the Memorial Cup. And for the first time ever, the Saginaw Spirit will play for a championship in the history of their franchise.
What a balanced attack from Saginaw coming into this game. Their goaltender was outstanding. We showed you the save of the game earlier. 7 goals. 4 of them have come from their 4th line, and a complete effort from top to bottom. When it counted the most here in the semifinal, Saginaw delivered, and nothing to hang your heads about for the Moose Jaw Warriors, as they had an outstanding season. What a ride throughout the playoffs it was for them. We've got some guys that won't play junior hockey again. Atlee Calvert, Martin Rice-Savvy, Lucas Brenton. And then you look at the guys moving on to professional hockey. Matthew Savoy, Jagger Furcus, and of course Denton Matejchuk. What outstanding contributions those young men gave to this team on road to the Memorial Cup.
And Jaeger's an 05 birth year, so he can come back next year. Craig Bunt makes a case for him maybe making Pittsburgh in the National Hockey League.
Oh, he's got such a complete game, and a 200-foot game, power in his stride, responsible 200-foot hockey. A huge part of the success the first rounder to the Pittsburgh Penguins for this group from Moose Jaw and Saginaw. What can't you say about this group? The way that they were able to attack. We talk about their defense, their structure, the way that they want to create offense from the back end. They did that. They were able to break a ton of seams and score some highlight reel goals, and then you get 4 goals out of the 7 from your fourth line. It was just too much to handle. The best game of the tournament for Saginaw so far, and they have got a big date coming up in a couple of days with a match that will be against their rivals in the London Knights.
One more game left in the Canadian Hockey League season 2023-24. And it's going to be a titanic matchup between the London Knights and the Saginaw Spirit out of the Ontario Hockey League. Long trip back for Moose Jaw, but you talk about franchise firsts. 40 years of Moose Jaw history was celebrated this year, and it's highlighted by a Western Hockey League championship for the first time in franchise history.
Yeah, so much to be proud of. Again, Mark O'Leary, so thankful for his time. He was gracious with his time and his conversations with us. Jason Gripplinger constructed a team, and how proud he should be of this group. Chris Lazary and his group get one more chance to be together in the biggest game of their season on Sunday in the Memorial Cup Final. You look back to September when this all started, this team had the burden of expectation, knowing that they've got to be good when it matters most. And we talked to the coaches about that. It's been a long road. In some ways, it's been going on forever. Other ways, in a blink of an eye, and boom, here it is. Saginaw has achieved what they wanted to, what they set out to do, and that is give themselves a chance for a championship as Moose Jaw looks on.
And to take their time, leaving the ice for the last time as a group. Atlee Calvert will lead them down the tunnel.
That's a tough one. As a 20-year-old, I can remember vividly sitting in Tri-Cities as we played our last game, lost in Game 7 in Round 2, and pulling that jersey up over your head for the last time is a tough one. So many memories, you grow so much, you create friendships for life in your time in the CHL.
A jovial mood for the Saginaw Spirit as they exit the ice. And we'll get back in a few days in a Memorial Cup final.
One more to go.
Time now for the player of the game presentation. Let's go down to ice level.
At the end of each game, a player of the game will be awarded to a player from the winning team. Joining us to present this award is Mark Szczanski, the Chief Operating Officer at Montana's Barbecue and Bar. À la fin de chaque partie, le joueur du match est présenté à un joueur de l'équipe gagnante. Pour présenter le prix,
Player of the game, Ethan Hay, 2 goals, 4 points. That fourth line was outstanding, and they were all over the place. Impressive because they played to a style, played to an identity, and don't make a mistake, they still have a lot of skill. They showed it, but it came from work. Earn the puck, earn space, and then make sure that you capitalize on that. 2 goals on the night, he added 2 assists. Ethan Hay, the fourth line centerman, was the player of the game.
Career night for Ethan Hay. Here he is with Julia Teixeira.
Ethan, what a game for your line tonight. 10 points between the three of you. Where does the energy come from with that trio?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we just had a lot of juice tonight. We try to bring energy every night. That's kind of what our line does. So, you know, we showed up, and we're going to show up on Sunday, that's for sure.
You know, the London Knights were watching this game tonight. A lot of people were watching this game tonight. What kind of statement do you think your team made?
Yeah, I mean, we made a big statement. They know what we're after. They know we're not settled yet. So we need that chip.
The whole crowd on their feet, a standing ovation. It's the first time the Saginaw Spirit will ever go to a championship game. What does it mean to you to have the opportunity to potentially win a Memorial Cup?
Yeah, you know, it means the world. You dream of it as a kid, that's for sure. So, yeah, we're looking forward to it. And, yeah.
Enjoy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So one more game left to go. Saginaw versus London for the 12th time regular season playoffs, Memorial Cup included. We got the pregame show Sunday night, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Puck drop goes at 7:30. Semi-final Friday, over and done with. The Saginaw Spirit come out, put up a 7th spot to book their ticket into the Memorial Cup final. For those watching on TSN 4, you're going to Sports Center next. TSN 1, you're off the CFL preseason, Edmonton versus BC in progress. For us, we'll see you Sunday night for the Memorial Cup final in Saginaw.